Hey watch lovers, Brad from Brent Miller Jewelers, and as promised, today I have for us the Tudor Black Bay 41 monochrome here on the 3-link, and we're going to compare it to the Tudor Black Bay 54. This is the 37 millimeter, more vintage inspired. A lot of these Black Bays are vintage inspired, but proportionately, I guess I'll say, vintage inspired. And I had someone reach out saying, hey, how do these compare? You know, I'll make no mistake about it. I love the 54 on my 6 3/4 inch wrist, but these new 41s wear really well compared to the older models that are a little bit thinner, a little bit more slimmed down. So let's get to the specs. The Black Bay 41, if you've seen my prior videos, nothing's changing here. 40.5 millimeters diagonally across, the same 40.5 across that aluminum bezel. And then the crystal, 31.5 millimeters from 3 to 9 across the sapphire crystal. Compared to the 54, 39.1 above that crown diagonally across the case, and the same, 37.2, I'm looking at my wrong notes here, 37.2 diagonally across, the same 37.2 across its aluminum bezel, and then the sapphire crystal on this is 29 millimeters. So you're looking at about 1.5 millimeters difference in crystal diameter across that 3 to 9. So again, obviously you can see here a little bit larger. 13.6 millimeters thick versus 11.2 millimeters thin. If you like a thin watch, this 54 is fantastic. 49.3 lug tip to lug tip versus 45.9, so just under 46 on the 54. And then you have a 21 millimeter lug width, and a 20 millimeter lug width. And again, I don't want to gush over the 54, but for me, having a smaller watch, the 20 millimeter lug width really helps this wear a little bit larger than the 37 would indicate. Both of them tapering to 16 at the last link, and then both of them back out to 18 at the clasp. Both of them have the T-fit micro adjustability on the fly clasp, so you should be able to get a perfect fit. Both have links removable by screws. You can see you have the faux rivets here in this bracelet. I'll show you the 54 shortly. And then the deployant clasp with the fold over clamshell locking mechanism with the Tudor logo. On the 54, again, similar style bracelet, you still have the rivets. You do have them removable by links or by screws. Links removable by screws, and then you also have the T-fit clasp. So again, and actually, the one thing I should look at is what is the total clasp length? No one's asked that yet. I haven't measured it, but let's just hold these up and see if it's the exact same. Man, actually, they might be the exact same clasp. It'd be interesting to know if that's the same part number in the Rolex network where they have the accessories listed. But regardless, I think it's one of the reasons why the 54 wears well. The proportions support the smaller case if you're looking for a little bit larger wear on wrist. Moving along, both solid stainless steel case backs. The 54 here is going to have the MT 5400 movement. 70 hours of power reserve versus the Matas Black Bay monochrome here is the MT5602-U, 70 hours of power reserve. So difference in the movement as far as the testing goes. And then you can see both of them signed screw down crowns. The 54 crown obviously smaller, but the same rose logo on both. Both of them going to be 200 meters water resistance, and then the monochrome weighs 164.2 with no links removed versus the 54 at 138 with no links removed. 44.25 on the monochrome, 3,900 on the Black Bay 54. I really don't think you can go wrong. I think it's really just your personal preference on size, as well as do you like the gilt markers here on the dial of the 54, as well as the non-minute markers there for the first 15 minutes. So bezel action, always great on Tudors. Again, both really can't go wrong with either. It just comes down to your personal preference and size. Again, for me, I've told you on my 6 3/4 inch wrist, I love the 54. Interestingly enough, though, if this exact model was available with this color combination in the 54 case, I really think I'd have a difficult time. I say it all the time. Tudor is certainly making watches that people are enjoying. I just think I like the matte dial a little bit better on this monochrome compared to this kind of more of an ink It's not a sunburst, but I think I like the matte better on the monochrome, and would love that on this 54 as far as size for my own personal preference and taste. So again, both fantastic, but I know folks have asked how these compare side by side. Let me hit the lights. I'll give you a lume shot of both. As always, greatly appreciate you viewing. If there's anything I can do for you, anything at all, shoot me an email, brad@brentlmiller.com. Can't wait to see what you guys have to say in the comments. We'll see you in the next video.